Well, we are live right now, sir. So you can continue.
Okay.
You can do your intro. You can continue the conversation, whatever you want to do.
All right. Well, hello everyone. This is Andreas, pop culture guy. Happy Halloween. I know it's a little too early, but let's get into the season of horror. And guess what? We're back again for another spectacular, awesome Daryl Dixon, Book of Carol, whatever you want to call it, episode 3, season 3, episode 5 recap. Of course, I'm here with Jeff F's TrueKnowledge, the co-host of MCU Bleeding Edge. How you doing, sir?
I'm really good, sir. It's funny. I never really think of Daryl Dixon as horror, but I guess it is technically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, as a Walking Dead fan, it's a horror show, but sometimes they lead into apocalypse show, action, like in the level of Mad Max.
There's drama, too. There's drama.
Yeah, very character drama, all that.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what the original Walking Dead show was considered. You know what I'm saying? Overall, what it was considered of a type of show. I know it is horror. I know that, but there was a lot of really good drama in the original Walking Dead.
Yeah, the early seasons were very good. They were if you see because the first season was developed by Frank Darabont, who did the Shang-Chi and Green Mile review. It was very much like a Stephen King kind of horror vibe.
Didn't he eventually sue, and didn't he win and get a bunch of money from AMC for The Walking Dead?
Yes, 8 years later, he won the sue. I think it was $200 billion or something like that. I can't remember. He was fired. I think it's kind of confusing. I think it's after season 1 because
I've seen videos before on YouTube that have explained why this all happened. You know what I'm saying? But I forget the whole reasoning or the story of why he even ended up off the show.
What's funny? I found a new channel and they were talking. They had a video about it, and the reason was, and it's very clear, it was because of budget issue. Because his vision was going to be too expensive for the AMC channel to produce, and so they were being very hard on him, and so he was fired, and so he's suing on that, and because you and I love this show, we didn't know.
But he was one of the original creators of the actual show. He was initially right, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, he was the initial creator. I mean, he was the showrunner, the person that developed the show. With Robert Kirkman, right? The guy that created the comic books.
Robert Kirkman was only really involved in the first season too, wasn't he? And that was it.
That was it. I don't know how old he was, but yeah, he was that.
I'm not even sure he was even that involved. I'm just saying, I think he was. If he was involved at all, I think it was in that first season. I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah, it was weird.
He was never on set or anything like that, or that I remember ever. You know what I'm saying? He was never a participant in the making of the show.
No, he was just an executive producer.
I think they just bounced ideas off of him and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of people forget that this show is based on a comic book, so they were adapting his storyline.
They never worked out any kind of deal with him or anything like that, where he had to actually be a participant in the creative process of the show. That wasn't how they did it.
No, it wasn't.
They just used his source material for the show.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and what's funny, just briefly before we get into the review, but Frank was trying to faithfully adapt the comic book of Walking Dead, and then season 2 is where they started to change up a lot of the things, and it became more loosely based on comic books and all that, etc.
So was it basically? Was that when Scott Gimple stepped up? Was when he left after? Did Scott Gimple become kind of like the head showrunner, basically for season 2, and from then on after that?
No. So Scott Gimple came in season 4 of The Walking Dead.
Okay.
The person that took over Frank is called Glenn Messary. He's actually a good showrunner. He did The Shield before the Walking Dead.
The Shield won a lot of Emmys and got nominated for a lot of awards and stuff like that. I never watched it, but I know how popular it was.
Yeah. So he took over season 2 and 3, and then he left in season 3, and then season 4 is where Scott Gimple took over. And he
That's right. They did bring in different creatives throughout the course of the span of the show. Like they brought in Gail Ann Hurd eventually too. Remember, like what was that, season 5 or season 4? They brought her on.
Yeah, no, Gail was part of the show from the beginning.
Oh, was she there from Jump?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. She was there from Jump, huh?
Yeah.
What else? She's done a lot of shit. What else has she done? I can't remember, but she's done a lot of other shit.
All right. First off, she married. She was previously the wife of James Cameron, so she did the Terminator.
That's right. Yeah, she was married to James Cameron. Okay.
Yep. She did Aliens. She did Terminator 2, of course. Then other things like he did Dante's Peak, Armageddon, the Michael Bay film.
Yeah, Armageddon was really popular when it came out.
Yeah, and she did a couple of the Marvel movies.
Armageddon was like a real like summer blockbuster. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when it came out, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean it's very popular. The Song from Aerosmith.
Yeah, I saw it. I had to see it twice in the theater because I was so drunk the first time I went to see it. I passed out during the movie right off the bat. Like when the movie started, I passed out and fell asleep.
Oh my god,
I woke up at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I had to go back and watch it again.
Hey, I mean, it's a fun movie.
But it was like a must-see movie back then, you know, back in the day, in the 90s, you know?
Oh, yeah. No. It was a big movie. It was the #1 highest.
And you're right. You're right. That Aerosmith song was really popular. You're right. That song really, like, brought Aerosmith back on the map, you know?
Yeah, and, obviously, you and I know, was it?
It was almost like the Celine Dion song from the Titanic.
Titanic.
You know?
Yes. Yes. It was like that.
My girlfriend wore that dress, the Titanic dress to the prom that year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, because
I had a really older girlfriend when I was a kid. You know, I was like a freshman, and I went to the prom my freshman year of high school. You know.
Oh wow, that is funny.
Because my girlfriend was a senior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, Titanic was already out, so.
Yeah, she wore the dress, the Titanic dress.
Oh man, which song is the best? I cannot choose because the Aerosmith.
I think the Celine Dion Titanic song is probably the most popular movie song ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely, because even the score. If you listen to the score,
can you believe I never saw Titanic? I never saw it.
Really?
I never went to the movies to see it. I never wanted to when it came out, and I never saw it on TV ever.
Wow, you need to see it. It's a
good
movie.
It never was on HBO or whatever or anything like that. When I was a kid, like I never saw it. You know what I'm saying? Or like on Cinemax or something like that. You know, like it was never there. You know what I mean? To watch. You know, like it just never popped up. Like when I would look, you know what I mean? Like I would never see it. You know.
So.
And I never wanted to rent it or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You're right. I should watch it eventually. You're right. I should.
Yeah, we'll definitely review it, either my channel or over here. But Titanic was always airing in TBS or TNT when I was growing up.
Yeah,
that was where it usually aired, and I think AMC.
TNT used to put out some pretty decent original television.
Yeah.
You know.
It did.
You know.
Yeah.
Not so much TBS, but TNT. Used to put out has put out some actual high quality television before in the past. You know,
yeah.
I don't know how they're doing now. You know what I mean? But I know in the past they had a couple of like award nominated award winning shows. You know, years ago. You know.
Yeah, there were a couple. I remember
they had a couple of legal drama shows. You know, with like a couple of actresses that were pretty popular. Like movie actresses that they brought over to TV.
Yeah, I remember. Closure. The Closer.
The Closer, yeah. With what's her name from ER? Juliana Margulies or whatever.
Yeah. And then the other one was called Frankly and Bash or something like that. I don't know.
They had that show that was popular. Yeah.
Yeah. I just know Leverage was like the show I like. I seen a couple of those.
Was the guy from Saved by the Bell on Franklin and Bosch?
Yes, he's in that show. Yeah, he played with this other guy.
Did you know that they did an adult version of Saved by the Bell? I saw a clip of it on YouTube the other day with them as adults.
Yeah,
and they're
it's in
like,
college.
they're like teachers and shit or whatever. And
Yeah, that's. I think it was in the Peacock, right? When we got that trend of like the like old shows were reviving.
I never
It,
watched it. If I had known about it, I would have watched it. I had no idea.
yeah, they did. They made a show about them as grown ups. I Let me check it right now. Oh, just wrapping up, Gail and Hurd. She did some of the Marvel stuff, like the first two Hulk films.
Oh yeah, I know. I
And the
know she did a
Punisher.
bunch. I know she did a bunch of Marvel stuff, didn't she?
Yeah, just the early ones, but not the MCU stuff. Well, I mean, the Incredible Hulk is a MCU film, but you know what I mean. But yeah, and then after that, she has a lot of good TV stuff, and she's been
And she,
doing.
and she was on the Punisher series on Netflix.
No, not television stuff, just the movies.
I had the most. I had the most. I got to stay off of that platform Threads. I'm telling you, I had the most insane argument with this young female MCU fan yesterday or whatever because she was trying to assert that on Daredevil Born Again, Marvel Studios brought in people from the actual Netflix creatives from the actual Daredevil Netflix show on Born Again, which you and I both know that they didn't. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even try to bring back any of the people who show ran or produced Born Again. You know what I mean? All they did was bring in the guys from the Punisher. They brought in. You know what I'm saying? To tighten up the show. Or whatever. And she refused to budge on that. I'm like, you don't get it. I'm like, nobody that was associated with making the original Netflix Daredevil show was on Born Again. Like that, it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know what you don't understand, but because she's trying to prove to me somehow that Born Again had that Netflix energy or vibe or whatever that the Netflix Daredevil had, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but I reviewed it with other people that I know. You know what I mean? And, we didn't feel that way. You know what I mean?
No, of course not. I mean, even the composer is not from the
and that's how it got into how none of the creatives were from the original show. I was like, that none of the fucking people who were on it, right, actually were on that made Daredevil Born Again. They didn't have any of those people on it, and she just refused to budge on it. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Finally, she gave in, and she's like, yeah. Okay, yeah, he was from the Punisher. That's basically the same thing as being on Daredevil or something like that. I'm like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Yes, they were in the same universe.
The Punisher was a totally different TV show than friggin' Daredevil.
Oh yeah, I mean that show was more it wasn't even an action show. It was more like a dark psychological show. Yeah,
that's a total. I mean, I'm nothing against the Punisher. I never even watched the Punisher. Still to this day, I've only seen scenes from it. You know what I'm saying? But still. I know it wasn't as good as the Daredevil show. The Netflix Daredevil show was the best of all the Netflix Marvel shows.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I mean, nothing
down.
Shows. Yeah, so I like the Punisher, but
yeah, I like Gail Ann Hurd. And I know she did a lot of good work with The Walking Dead. I'd forgotten that she was there from the start. What I was wondering earlier, I was going to ask you was. When did fucking Aaron show up in the original show? And what season did fucking Ross Marquand or whatever, Aaron, actually become a part of the group and all that shit? What was it, season 4 or 5? Or when did he actually, because I was watching the Comic-Con panel for season 7, right? Before you were coming on earlier, and seeing him on there, you know what I mean? And I'm wondering to myself, when did he actually become a part of the group? Was it during Terminus or something?
No. So Aaron, of course, by Ross, the guy that did some of the Red Skull stuff.
Did they meet him at that town that they found?
Yeah. So he.
That's right. He was a scout for the town.
Yeah. So towards the end of season 5, when everyone got together and they pretty much after the saved Beth before she got killed, they walked towards randomly in Atlanta, and then they beat up Aaron. Aaron found them, and he slowly told them, "Hey, I'm from this town, aka Alejandro. Alexandria. Yeah." And then after that, from
I always forget that. You always have to remind me that it's Alexandria.
Yeah, because it's weird. Because towards the end of the show, it's Commonwealth.
I remember. Well, no, isn't the Commonwealth a different? Isn't that a whole different place? The Commonwealth.
Yeah, so I saw.
I thought that was the spot where Maggie took over.
Yes, Maggie does. No. So the Commonwealth was this new town they found. They became the new villains for the last season, and obviously they beat the villains, and now some of our characters are in the Commonwealth to live. They take over that town, and so
what was that town that Maggie took over the town and like ran the town for like a couple of seasons?
I
Because
can't
she
remember.
ran one of the towns. I know she did. You know what I'm saying? Like that was one of the main, features of the show. Well, when she was still on it, was that she took over for the one guy that she killed or whatever.
Okay, I remember. I just checked right now. Hilltop.
Hilltop. She ran the Hilltop. Yes.
Yeah. She was in the Hilltop, and she was still there. She renewed. Because she left like between 10 or whatever.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. She dipped for like a season or two, didn't she?
Yeah. So that's why I couldn't remember like.
Or like a season and a half or something like that. She was out or something.
It was a season and a half ago. Yeah.
That another question I had is, honestly, when you were watching the show back in the day, didn't you figure probably that out of everybody that was on the cast that was going to like end up like breaking out off The Walking Dead or whatever, that Laura Cohen would probably be one of the people that would break out off the show?
Yeah,
I always figured that if anybody on the show was going to do like the Green Girl did, and cash in on that Star Trek show like she did. You know what I'm saying? Like as bad as this show was. That was a weird ass show, bro. I watched half a season of it one time to do a review with Jermaine, and it was an interesting fucking weird show, bro.
I know. It's very weird because go ahead.
It was just bizarre. It was like a bizarre version of Star Trek. You know what I'm saying?
The show's got better.
And there's a lot of like homosexual stuff like going on, and like
because that show was very much the counterculture, sir. They were leading into it. Remember, this was the time when everything was counterculture.
There was like full on gay like loves like sex scenes or whatever, stuff like that.
Oh my god, yeah, I know. I seen all the videos of that. Oh my god! Thank goodness you haven't seen the new movie called Section 31. It's really bad. But anyway, go ahead.
I can only handle like full on like gay male on male, action like so much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know. I
nothing against gay dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with you. I'm cool with all you gay dudes out there. But like, when it comes down to like watching you guys actually like do it and everything, like I'm sorry, but like it doesn't work for me.
Yeah. I think Aaron is he's a good character. That's like.
Oh, Aaron, yeah, he's good.
Yeah. So Aaron is from there, and he became a main group from season 6 to 11.
Yeah. So, he ended up sticking it out and being a part of being on the show for a long time.
Yeah, and
that's Ross Marquand that did Red Skull and Infinity War.
Before I jump into the stuff. Yeah, he's the guy that did Red Skull, which is cool because he's a good Red Skull. Actually, I like him. And he did Ultron and What If, which is great.
Yeah, he voiced a bunch of different characters on What If.
What If? Yeah.
He does voice acting like specifically. You know what I'm saying? Like and can change and match his voice to other voices.
Yeah, he's a what do you call it? He in the Wikipedia is called impressionist. That's
impressionist. Yes.
Yeah, and he's a really good one. I mean, for Red Skull, I thought they brought Hugo Weaving again, and I was like, no, it's the guy from The Walking Dead, which is crazy.
Yeah, and then he cashed in with his role in The Walking Dead. Man, that was a good casting by AMC.
Yeah.
They did a really good job of casting the original show.
Oh yeah, he's so good.
I thought whoever was responsible for the casting of the original Walking Dead, I think did a really great job overall because they always brought in really solid actors to come into the show. From season to season.
Yeah, no. They cast one of the best casting ever. Like just like Mad Men and Breaking Bad. And like some of these actors have gone to bigger things. Like
I mean, as you don't see a lot of TV shows out there that will have the kind of turnover that like The Walking Dead had. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of a distinct thing that The Walking Dead had going on. You know what I mean? Was that constant fluctuation of characters going in and out of the storyline? You know what I'm saying? Because they get killed, or they get or or they get bit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then we get new characters.
Yeah. Well, just remember, this and Game of Thrones was on the same time, so they had similar things.
Game of Thrones has had a massive cast. Their overall cast was extremely wide. You know what I mean? They weren't killing. I mean, yeah, sure, a lot of characters did die. You know what I'm saying? But not like The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead just had its own. You know what I'm saying? Thing kind of almost.
Yeah, no, that's kind of true.
It wasn't normal to see it for a television show to kill off characters like the way The Walking Dead would at times. Remember? That was one of the things about the show. Was how crazy it was that they would just kill off characters in the right in the middle of their arcs and shit like that. They'd kill them off. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah. Characters who were popular. Like Beth and shit like that. They would just kill them off. Bam.
Yeah. That's true. Well, and the difference also for Game of Thrones is Game of Thrones was more faithful to adapting its source material, where the character did die how they were in the books, where Walking Dead was different, because the characters were not supposed to die. Like Sophie she was supposed to not die. Beth was not supposed to die. Andrea was not supposed to die.
I still can't. I'm still pissed off that I never watched Game of Thrones all the way through. But eventually I'm going to. I'm going to sit down and get to watching it eventually.
Yeah.
I've seen tons of it through clips and stuff like that on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what happened during the show. But I never actually did watch it.
Hey,
This is the first season.
Yeah, first season is good. I mean.
Oh yeah, the first season was great. Yeah.
Yeah. 1 to 4 great seasons. 5 and 6 is good. It's similar to Walking Dead. 7 and 8 are really bad seasons.
The episode where they fight the dead, where they have the battle against the dead. I forget what that's called. That episode.
The Longest Night is called.
The Longest Night. Yeah, that episode is fucking epic, bro.
I know.
You want to talk about prestige television or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. That episode is prestige, epic, you know what I'm saying? Blockbuster, whatever word you want to use, you know what I'm saying? TV right there, bro.
It's really good. It was dude, when you get into that episode, it's an hour long, so you need a popcorn and a drink to get.
I mean, when they fucking take on the fucking army of the dead in the dark and everything, when the battle first starts, it's just so fucking awesome, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everything goes quiet, you know? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's oh my God, bro. And then all of a sudden you finally see the wall of the dead coming and everything. It's my God.
It's crazy. The favorite moment for me was when the Red Witch came up and she
lights the fire?
The fire. That was the greatest moment. I was like, whoa.
She just shows up out of nowhere. Nobody's expecting her or anything like that or whatever. And she just shows up out of nowhere, you know?
Yeah.
I liked it when she acknowledged as the one black guy that leads the one army, and she says, Las Velarutus or whatever, you know?
Yeah, that was funny.
Because she's so cool, you know, of a character, you know. For her to be talking to that dude like that was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And that guy was a soldier. He was still alive at the end of the battle. He survived that motherfucker. He was still fighting.
Yeah. Is he Worm? Is that little Worm?
Worm, Worm or whatever. Yeah.
He's a good soldier. He's a great one. He's the one that is the side of the Targaryen side.
He's still fighting outside the fucking city, outside the walls. You know, at the end of the episode, you know what I mean? When the dead go down, you know, he's still going.
Yeah, I was happy he didn't die. He was a good character. Okay. Well, and just wrapping up the Game of Thrones. I want to bring up. There's other great battles, like the Battle of the Bastards.
Oh, I've heard about it. I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. The Battle of Blackwater is also great. Really great battles. And Walking Dead has good battles.
Yeah, too. I've seen clips of some of them. They're basically army versus army battles where they're running against each other or everything in open field and all that. You know.
Yeah, and they're really good. They're very summer blockbusters, which is cool. But the Longest Night is really great. very cinematic. I mean, seeing the dead attacking our heroes from all seasons, you know.
Oh yeah, that episode is epic, man. I'm telling you, that episode should have been nominated for an award.
Yeah, I think they did, or
I can't. I didn't. I think didn't it take them like over 100 days or something like that to shoot that episode?
That's what I think last time I checked. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 100+ days just to shoot that episode.
Yeah. I mean, they took a year.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't seen the Rich. I was surprised as myself that I saw this show this year. But
yeah, I know you finally watched it. No, I told you why I stopped watching it. I got my brain injury when the show came out. You know what I'm saying? Remember?
That's why. Yeah.
I was watching it. You know what I mean? And then I got my brain injury. You know what I'm saying? And I stopped watching television for like 2 years. You know? So I fell off. You know what I mean? That's why I fell off of the MCU too for a while. I wasn't watching the MCU films. I wasn't going to the theater and seeing them or anything like that.
Yeah.
Infinity War was the first MCU film I ever saw in the theater.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, you told me about that. I couldn't remember what about Game of Thrones.
I joined a meetup group, a movie meetup group, to go with other people to go see movies, you know, together or whatever. Okay. And I went to see Infinity War, you know, with the group, and it was awesome.
That's cool.
Infinity War was really good in theaters.
Yeah, oh, it was, and Endgame as well.
I wish I would have saw it more than once. I saw Endgame 3 times.
I'm trying to think. Infinity War I only saw once. I saw it with my mom, and it was a really good experience.
I saw Endgame with both my kids. I saw it with my son, and then I saw it with my daughter too, and then I saw it one more time.
One more time? You're lucky. Yeah, Endgame.
But I wish I would have went to see Infinity War more than once because it was worth it. Infinity War was the better movie in theaters. You know what I'm saying? Than Endgame was.
No, I agree with you. I like Infinity War over Endgame because that was a better movie in terms of movie.
More action packed and more fast paced. You know what I'm saying? You know, Endgame was kind of dragged a little bit. That didn't drag, but it was paced differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was very long. The middle piece is very slow, and then it's before we got the big action battle. Towards the end of the Avengers compound. Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas with Infinity War, it's basically just like action. Then like a little break, then action, then a little break, then action. The whole movie.
Yeah, time travel. You have to think about that. Yeah, it was just like leading up to like the big battle, and it's like, oh, okay, now we're here for that.
Oh yeah, the experience of seeing Endgame in theaters was awesome. Seeing everybody cry, the whole time throughout the whole movie. My daughter cried throughout the whole movie when she saw Endgame.
Yeah,
not just at the end. She was just crying throughout the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was very hard.
Like from jump, right when fucking Hawkeye's family goes blipped or whatever. You know what I mean? She was crying.
Yeah, or like Ant-Man meeting his daughter, but now she's older. That was a big one. Oh, that was tough.
My girlfriend that had only ever seen like Thor, and that was the only MCU film she'd ever seen or whatever, went to see Endgame with me, and she was crying and and everything during the movie, and really emotional, at the end, she understood what was going on. You know what I mean in the movie. Even without having seen all the MCU stuff, she was able to grasp the general idea of what was happening. You know what I'm saying in the film.
Yeah.
That's the thing about those movies is that they're made like that. You know what I mean? They're made to where you can watch them and not even have seen all the other films and kind of get the gist of what's happening.
Yeah, that was the strength about those movies. They did a good job of catching you up and you understood what was going on with the characters and all that. If you didn't see their movies,
the stories were never really that complicated when it really boils down to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One more. Let's wrap up. What do you think about going into Doomsday and Secret Wars? Do you think they will be like that, or it's going to be more difficult for them to
What do you mean? The build up before up to it? What do you mean?
Not the build up, but getting everyone like understand the characters they're going to see in these.
Oh,
movies.
are they going to be able to pull that off? Are they going to be able
Yeah.
to duplicate that same, like
Yeah.
formula of being able to pull off films where people are going to be able to understand what's
Yes.
happening, without
Yeah.
having.
What
I
do you
don't.
think?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I really don't know because I mean,
I mean,
if you know, there's a lot. There's a lot of MCU fans that didn't watch the Disney Plus TV stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
exactly.
or skip certain shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, like remember I told you, like when I would reach out to other creators about Miss Marvel, years ago, they'd be like, I'm not watching that. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I'd hear that from like multiple fucking people I'd be talking to. You know what I mean? Trying to get guests for shows and shit like that way back then. You know what I'm saying? Same as now. So like either way, I mean, it's always been the same for me. You know what I mean? So like, I used to hear that about a lot of different shows. Not just Miss Marvel, other shows too. People just weren't going to watch them. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look, I never even went to go see Fantastic Four.
Oh, really? Still?
Yeah, I didn't even go see it. I mean, honestly, like, the MCU's in a different place, Andres. I'm not even sure how well those films are going to do financially.
I know. It's going to be weird how they're going to perform next year, and then
they waited a really long time to make another Avengers movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, they waited a really long time.
Yeah, if we do like a recap or like discuss like our opinions about the multiverse saga, I will criticize that they should have made these Avengers movies in between Phase 4 and 5.
Every 2 or 3 years, you should have an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like that's what was working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, like they should have kept doing that. You know what I mean? That's how you keep people invested with, with like the characters and stuff like that. You bring them together for a movie.
Yeah, because I'm kind of in the same page as you because like you have these teams that people are going to see. The Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, and then apparently Sam's Avengers team, which would we barely seen build up to. And then you got the X-Men. I mean, the X-Men is fine because people know about the X-Men. They're the most popular team ever.
We're only going to see the X-Men in Secret Wars, right?
Well, we're seeing them in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Really?
Yeah, because remember, we don't have Wolverine in Doomsday.
Oh, that's right. They have the X-Men characters in the chairs. I remember.
In the chairs. And we didn't see the other X-Men people like Storm. Jean was not in the list, so we don't have really all the other X-Men members. It's just to let people know. Rogue and Iceman, they're popular characters too. So we didn't have all the X-Men characters, and then who else was announced?
The next time we get back together to do one-day shows again will probably be X-Men '97.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. New York Comic Con is coming soon. We'll probably get a trailer for that and other stuff.
Or whatever they're calling it. I mean, I'm still not sure what they're going to title it.
I saw a video yesterday. Someone he is an insider.
It makes sense to call it X-Men '98 or whatever. Instead of '97. That would make sense to me. You know what I mean? So I just don't know what they're gonna do.
I mean, I think it depends on the timeline for season 2. If we didn't jump a year or two, then it makes sense why they still kept '97.
I mean, they could just still have it called X-Men '97, and season 2,
Yeah, I feel like that's what they're gonna do.
No, just to wrap up my question, I really honestly thought that Laura Cohen was probably going to break out on something else, based off how popular she was on the original show. Out of all the characters that were on there, I figured that she was going to end up on some other TV show as a featured, character or something like that, off The Walking Dead. It never happened, but I figured that's what was going to happen.
Funny enough, I saw her show that was supposed to be, but it got canceled so early. It was called Whiskey.
That's right. She was on something, wasn't she?
Yeah, it was called Whiskey and Calavera. Really good show. I actually saw it. It was really nice, and I just wish that the network kept going because it got canceled too soon, which is sad.
What network was it on?
I think it was in. Let me check because I don't remember what it was. ABC. It was.
Oh,
the network.
ABC.
Yeah. And it got canceled after one season. It was around like 2019. I remember. It was very good. I liked it. It was a very it was like an action comedy buddy show, which is nice. And and the guy. Oh, one of the Walking Dead characters was from season 4. Was in this show, season 5. He played Noah, who was friends for Beth. He was in this show.
I remember Noah.
Yeah, he was in this show. He
The
played
black guy.
Yeah, he played like one of the tech characters in that show. So it was a good show. I liked it. It was just a shame that they canceled it.
You know what was a good show? Was True Blood was good.
Yes. Yeah.
Speaking of horror TV shows, you know what I'm saying? True Blood was pretty good. It kind of fell flat at the end. I stopped watching it eventually.
Yeah, I heard
it got kind of weird.
Yeah, because the showrunner left around, I don't know, 4 or 5.
Yeah, I stopped. I didn't watch the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't like bad, but it wasn't
it was very popular when it first came out.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, Anna Paquin was in it. Scar was in it. The other brother, who was the girl who played Karen was in the show as well.
A lot of actors, built careers off that show. Scar has been in a lot of stuff. Coming off of that. He did a lot of stuff. And
then
he was actually somewhat popular. He was getting cast in a lot of things there for a little bit. Back then.
Oh yeah, of course.
But I haven't seen Anna Paquin or her husband in anything really. That much that often since then. They don't really act that much.
Yeah, and makes sense because they have a family.
I get all that.
Yeah, she was in.
Anna Paquin has never been one of those actresses that acts a lot.
Yeah, and her husband as well.
I mean, she was a child actor. She was the youngest person to ever win an Academy Award or whatever.
Yeah, back in 1993, which is crazy. And the husband, I actually saw.
I forget what film that was that she was in or whatever, but she was really good at it. I remember that.
The Piano. If I'm saying that right.
The Piano.
Great movie. I think it's with some other lady that she's really good at. But yeah, her husband. He was in the X-Men show called The Gifted.
You're right. Yeah, he was one of the lead characters in the show. Yeah.
Yeah, the Strucker family they use. They made up this version of the Struckers, but
he was also with that Paul Bettany vampire killer movie or whatever as like a secondary character. That one movie where Paul Bettany was like that priest, the priest character.
Yes, the priest, the 2011 movie. Yes,
the priest.
It's based on a Korean comic. Oh my
That's a good fucking movie, bro.
Oh my god, I need to check that out. Okay.
Bill played the guy's brother or whatever. Like the priest's brother or whatever. Remember?
Oh, really? Okay, that's funny.
Remember his daughter got stolen or whatever. Then the priest has to go find the daughter. That's like his whole goal for the whole movie.
Oh wow. That's really cool.
Because he doesn't want the daughter to get turned over to a vampire.
Yes, I haven't seen the show, that movie, but I heard good things about it. Have you seen Legion? That movie.
I told you I never saw I've only seen bits and pieces of episodes here and there. I would drop in and watch here and there. I never watched the whole show.
Oh no, my bad. This is another movie called Legion.
I know. Yeah, I've seen Legion. Yeah, that's a good movie with Paul Bettany.
Yes, that was good too.
Yeah, that was during Paul Bettany's action movie, part of his career.
Yeah, that's true. After the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, where he all he did was action.
The Tutors, and then a bunch of other ones. Yeah. Okay, let's get into episode 5 of the Daryl Dixon one. What do you thought about this episode, sir? Let's get into that briefly.
Oh, it was a fucking peak Daryl Dixon. You know what I'm saying? Like just like these fucking assholes on Threads that say that every episode of Peacemaker is peak. I'm gonna use their word and say this is a peak episode, sir, of Daryl Dixon season 3. I was a little bit concerned at first when they split up Daryl and Carol, because when they've done that in the past, I didn't think it worked all that well for the show. You know what I'm saying? Personally, you know, and we talked about that before and agreed on that, right? Yeah. So I was a little concerned at first with that, but then when I realized that it was going to be basically just a straight Daryl episode, you know, like really when it boiled down to it, I was cool with it. You know what I mean? Because you know they made it just a Daryl thing. You know what I mean? Like they gave him a side mission, basically, right? You know, like that's what it was. It was a side mission episode, right? You know,
a good one.
It didn't push the plot forward at all, really. You know, of the story of the season. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, like not a lot really happened as far as like, you know, movement in that area. You know.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, like Daryl is gonna like rescue Justine, which is good. And it's just like Carol's not part of that, but something will happen. Along the way.
Well, yeah, that's his overarching goal. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's going to lead up to something interesting, you know. And I'm sure Carol will team up with him at some point on that mission. You know what I mean? Yeah,
we'll see. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. I was a little worried too about the separation, but as we were continuing the episode, it became more clear that this was going to be a straightforward, you know, Daryl.
It wasn't going to be one of those like Andor where you're jumping from like scene to scene, like, you know, over and over again. You know what I mean? Back and forth, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, which is good because I was kind of worried about that. And plus, I was surprised how long this episode was. So it was
like
good.
Like what Dead City tries to do, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
You know?
Yeah. But this was so much better because we had fun here. We had like a cool.
Oh yeah, there's never been an episode of Dead City that was as good as this episode.
No, they had like one or two, like last season, like that was an episode 8 or 6 was good, but that's it. And
I don't think any of those episodes were as good as episode 5 of Daryl Dixon season 3. This was a really good episode.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like they only had like a decent episode where Daryl has always.
This is like this whole like, you know, spaghetti western, you know, vibes, you know, like desert, you know, like, you know, old Mexico, like, you know, like vibes, you know what I mean, like, you know, old ancient, like, you know, blown up castles in the background and shit like that, you know, like people with leprosy and fucking lepers, you know what I mean, like, you know.
Yeah, which I called them Cronenberg body horror creatures.
Did you watch the after the show stuff? The after the show, you know, making, you know, the episode stuff.
Yes, I did.
It was really good. It was really good this week.
Yeah, this one was really good. It was really cool how they like did all the stunts and, you know, they explained about the story.
They really showed how much effort it took to like do like the train scene. You know how much like effort that really was to make all that happen. You know.
Yeah, it was really cool.
All the different camera angles they had to bring in and everything, you know, and like, you know, equipment and all that to like make that all work.
Yeah, for this like one part of a train.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Yeah, the behind the scene was great. It was great to learn what they were trying to do here. I agree. This was definitely the most spaghetti western episode of Daryl, which was good because this whole season is like a spaghetti western, which I like. Yeah, so I like this episode. I thought it was a standout episode. I think this is the second best after episode 4 because episode 4 was a really good episode. So
yeah, episode 4 was really good. You're right.
Yeah. So, but
the big battle of episode 4 was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome.
They're really bringing the action in this season of Daryl Dixon, man.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. Yeah, and this episode had good action, like Daryl taking down those like those like raiders in the town.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that one-on-one fight against the guy on the bike where he was yelling and everything, you know. Like, and he had that crazy fucking axe weapon or whatever. That was a sick weapon, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. God. And then Daryl has that really cool Sith thing or whatever, you know. That's like kind of like anime. It's like It looks like something that fucking Naruto, one of the Naruto characters would
have.
use.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It
It actually looks just like the sword that what's his name? Not Naruto, but Sasuke.
Sasuke.
Just like Sasuke's sword that he uses. It has the long handle, then the blade
Oh.
comes out of the handle. You know what I mean?
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm not a big fan of Naruto, so
his sword looks just like that. It's built just like that. What Daryl has.
Yeah,
almost like a scythe. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, like a scythe almost. You know, where it's got a staff part, then it's got like the blade coming out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand now. Yeah,
for your grip, so you're able to grip the handle real well. You know what I mean?
No. I seen those before. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a really good fucking scene, dude. When they squared off 1-on-1, you know, and that shot of him cutting his neck or whatever the fuck he did.
Oh my god, it was so good, so brutal. I love that. Because you see the blood like floating.
Yeah, they slow motioned it and everything, you know.
Yeah, that was so cool. That was a great moment for that episode. Yeah,
and the only thing that sucked was the leopard people made me sad, bro.
Yeah, it was sad, but at least they have water. Like, at least give them water. So,
I mean, it was cute when the little girl gave him water and everything and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, I still felt sad for them, bro.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're living. At least there's one person that's taking care of them.
But their life is like very meager. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like sad.
I know. But I mean, they're not the only ones in the world like that.
That's the reality of the zombie apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I guess, right? And they're lepers, so you know what I mean? Like, you know, so lepers don't make out all that well anyway, you know, like overall.
Yeah. But no, I really like this episode. I thought it did everything right for like from an episode 4. That was like a big turning point. I liked
seeing Daryl interacting with the lepers because, like, you know, because Daryl's not the kind of motherfucker to judge anybody. You know what I mean? You know,
no.
He doesn't have that kind of character. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
no, and what I like about his encounter with these people, because this whole season, like, just to get into like the themes about the season, you know, quickly, is this, like, because we noticed that Daryl is trying his best not to get involved with like personal, like, you know,
all the love, the romance and the love stuff that's going on in the season. Yeah, he doesn't want to get involved in that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this episode was important for him to realize that he needs to like get into it because, you know, it is important to save these kind of people. And I think this episode was important to like really push Daryl to be more like a heroic person.
Well, I think, you know, I think he's upset that Roberto or whatever got hurt. You know what I mean? You know, so
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he liked Roberto. You know.
Oh yeah. I mean, of course, Roberto was a good kid. I never hate that character. I mean, I very like sympathetic to the character, you know, Roberto.
I mean, we really don't even understand what even happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Because they really didn't even explain it. You know, so we don't even really know what occurred. You know.
Yeah. So let's get into the beginning. So we did open up with Roberto where he's like being hand to the neck. Like a loose end, which is I was kind of surprised he didn't get killed with that by the two soldiers before, and like the walkers beneath him are like trying to grab him by his legs, and I'm surprised he didn't get killed like that quickly. But thankfully, our heroes, you know, Carol and Daryl, Carol, our heroes, and the father, you know, Roberto's father was there to like rescue him, and you get like somewhat like a quick flash. What is it like after they rescue him? They kind of ask him what happened, and we get like a brief like flashback, like what happened. Like they get crashed and all that, and obviously the man took Justine, and then they got Roberto, and they probably
that's how he got the bracelet or whatever. Or
like it's basically they torture him and beat him up, you know, like the typical thing with
the princess guys.
Yeah, the princess guys, the princess bodyguard / soldiers, right? And so they capture him, beat him up, and probably like, you know, like tie him loose, you know, to get killed by the walkers. But I agree with you, Jeff. I'm like, we need to see more of like the torture and all that, but whatever. So yeah, then after that,
Yeah, I mean, he got hurt pretty bad. It looked like he might have had like a brain injury or something, you know?
yeah, I like I don't know, yeah, like he was brutally like
Because
not like
I mean, he's unconscious. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
uh,
Well, and to be fair, he got into a car accident, so like that was another like factor of like getting like really
yeah,
hurt.
yeah.
So like his injuries were fatal, but like before getting beat, like getting tortured by those guys. So
He may not survive because I think the mayor is out to get him anyway. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, which we'll get into. Yeah, because like the mom, right? His mom was so noisy in the episodes to get the necklace and tell him, hey, this boy
Yeah,
had
I
like
know. Yeah, I know.
I was like, God damn it! And of course, we'll get into it, but like, yeah. So,
The mayor is turning out to be a real fucking asshole.
oh God,
For a minute there, I thought he might be okay for a minute during the show, but then now I don't think so.
yeah, well, I don't know. I hate him and his mom. Like,
He's become this like big asshole all of a sudden. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like get it. You know what I mean? He's just like all, fucking like totally pissed off now, like
yeah. I mean, I kind of understand a little bit. Like, I understand he's trying to like form a peace with this town he's running with the alliance, right? But like at the same time, it's like, look, this is your niece, right? That's being like taken from this guy, and like you should stop this weird tradition.
oh yeah, like they
You know?
showed him earlier in the season like being sad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, feeling bad, you know what I mean, about like all this about all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
about the girls going over there and all that, you know what I mean? But then that went away, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He doesn't seem to be so concerned about that anymore, right?
yeah. Or
Now he's just pissed off and he's suspicious of everybody all of a sudden.
I don't know about that. Like I think he's trying. They're so desperate to keep his like peace with that guy.
And he's being suspicious of Daryl and Carol and shit and whatnot and everything, and like, that's not really fair because, like, again, without Daryl and Carol, they lose that battle.
Yeah, that's true. Well, last episode, his stupid bodyguard like was lying, and like he didn't care like to kill Roberto. So yeah, I agree. Yeah.
He was going to shoot Roberto in the head. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. Like yeah, some bizarre reason he doesn't care about that, and
And then he went to the mayor and he's like, this Daryl guy's a problem or whatever,
Yeah, that was really annoying last week. But yeah,
and that's when the mayor started being an asshole.
Yeah, like last week.
He was being a prick to Daryl and everything,
I know, which is crazy because like he helped save his niece and like he helped like stop this invasion from those weirdos.
Yeah, for real.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, so after they rescue the strung up unconscious Roberto, they go back to the town. Well, no. But before that, so like Daryl agrees to find Justine.
Yeah, they split up.
Right? Like they split up. They Carol say, I'll go back to like do an alibi to say that look, you did this, you're in the boat, and then Carol and Antonio like go back to like get Roberto healed properly, and during this time you totally see Carol growing close to Antonio while Daryl is like separated from the new group to help another one, to survive from the fight and all that. So Daryl takes Carol's side, tells her that they should take Roberto back home, lie about why he was hurt, which they do, etc., etc. And then Daryl finds out from Antonio that the convoy will be heading to Barcelona. So that'll be their last stop. So he's going to go and rescue Justine from there. And which we get a good surprise towards the end, which is really cool. So after that, Carol is not healed up from her, and that's another thing why Carol's not coming, because I do agree this. She's healed up, but like she's not yet like full on Carol yet. You know, like she still needs to be recovered from like the illness and all that. Like we don't know how like healthy.
Which I don't know why she's still not 100%. You know what I'm saying? But like I guess you know.
I mean, she looks perfectly fine. I don't know.
I still don't understand what really happened to her. Like with the fall off the boat or whatever. Like what was so bad about like the boat? You know, like crashing or whatever that like caused her to be this damaged or whatever. You know, like. I know she was sick there for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like she was sick, you know, or whatever, you know, but then she got better, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. That was kind of weird. I mean, I saw her like she was sick for like just first two episodes.
This episode worked better with just Daryl.
Yeah. Yeah, it
would have been too much. It would have been too much to add Carol to that kind of episode with all the motorbike stuff and everything. You know, I don't think that would have worked very well.
No, I agreed. So like
she can't move as quickly as Daryl can, and when it comes to fighting and combat and stuff like that and everything.
Yeah. So like she's a little too older, and so it just makes sense.
I mean, she would have been useful in that final battle against those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like she would have been helpful in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. I agree. Like she could have been helpful with the trap in the town.
With the traps. If you give her a gun, she's good with a gun. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So you know,
she's always been one of the top gun shooting characters of The Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? Like the most efficient. You know. She's always been like one of the best with a gun characters they've had in The Walking Dead.
No, I agree. But yeah, it didn't make sense to bring her in, so it makes sense. I was happy they did.
And she's self-taught too. She taught herself how to shoot.
Yes, that's true, and she's good at that. Like, I mean, she saved everyone from the Terminus in season 5. So yeah, she's very efficient in that.
Oh yeah. She was badass in Terminus.
Yeah. Oh god, great moments.
She was she was really effective when they did that hit on that compound in that one episode. When that you know they had that mission to go take out those people that they didn't know were the compound mission where they knew there were these bad guys, the ones that Rick and Daryl tangled with on the street. That Daryl shot the bazooka at him or whatever. You know they were what's his name's people.
Negan's people, right?
Negan's people, yeah. I remember they had that mission to go. They wanted to go strike them at their compound or whatever. They figured out where they lived, and they had that mission where they went and shot all of them, like when they were all sleeping and shit.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one.
And Carol was a part of that team, like in there shooting and everything, you know.
Yeah, and I know we haven't seen this, but the one other cool thing, she actually got Negan to be part of the Whispers and killed the Alpha. That was her whole plan during the later season, and that was a really good plan from Carol.
Oh, she was also very strategic too, like very good with strategy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know,
and she was smart enough to like kill who was it? The girlfriend in season 4 because she was getting sick by the virus during the prison arc. So she, you know.
Yeah, you know, I think when she hooked up with Ezekiel, I think she kind of became like part of his
team.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like he would take her advice and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Ezekiel was in the Hilltop. He's in that town. Yeah. If I remember.
Ezekiel had his own spot. He wasn't on the Hilltop.
Oh no! I'm sorry. The Kingdom, right? That's what it's called.
The Kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah. In his territory called the Kingdom. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
His tiger was fucking awesome.
Yeah. I was very sad. They kill him. Like killed the tiger.
I think he eventually got killed. Yeah. In the final battle against Negan and all that.
Yeah, I think was it Negan's arc or the Whisper's arc? I don't know, but yeah, he got killed by the walkers in the forest, and that was pretty brutal. Okay, so after
I can't remember. Did he turn?
I think he like the tiger got full on killed by the walkers because they eat those. Like,
they ate him, ate it up.
Yeah, because you remember in the pilot, the walkers killed was it Rick's horse. and that didn't reanimate. Yeah. This show doesn't show you like the reanimated like aminals or.
No,
Like,
you're right. We've never seen that, have we?
no, like I only see it in like outside of The Walking Dead. Like
In Dead City, like they had the bear, you know.
oh yeah, that was like the only time we see. Yeah, there's only the bear. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. I need to check about the tiger because I don't know if they do reanimate it, but yeah.
And of all places for there to be a bear, New York City.
I mean, we do kind of get bears in you. Well,
There's
well,
no bears. There's no bears in New York City, bro.
That's true. I mean, but you don't know, like the animals had to
Like
go off.
why would bears even migrate in that direction? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know. I just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, well, the zoos. I mean, we have the zoos. I think realistically, the bear was from the zoo and got affected or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It could have came from the zoo. You're right.
Yeah, because remember, in Dead City season 2, you know, we saw a couple animals from the zoo, from the zoo being escaped, like out of the cages, you know.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know, like obviously they're from that part of New York. Is the creatures from the zoo. That probably is why we got the bear there. So, you know, it's just, they didn't explain like why we got it from there.
It's too bad. It's too bad. The seeing like animals get turned and shit like that would be cool. You know.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty cool. I mean, seeing those creatures like turn into zombies is pretty neat. It's a rare thing you see in these stories sometimes. But it's fun.
Most definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it is weird to see like a bear turn into a zombie and not see other animals like turn into other zombies. You know, like lions. Like I was surprised we didn't see a lion in New York.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So yeah. So after Roberto arrives back, their town, Slad the Arm. So he gets treated by his wounds by the mother. That's the mayor of that town, who's a douchebag now. Pardon my French. Outside, the mayor talks to Carol and Antonio about the price that they're paying from being attacked by the primates, those frail people that was from the last week episode, awesome episode from attacking their town. When Fede asks about Alberto, they stay with the lie and blame the attack on the primates. But you know the uncle isn't convinced about the lie. I was like, okay. But because he knows they could have killed him. As for Daryl, he went to check on the boat and won't be back tonight. And apparently he accepted their answer. But the uncle leaves them, and then I think this is the mom. The mom isn't so dumb though, so she does her little investigation about it. Like such a nosy person. She's helping her son to like get them killed too. I'm like, ugh. She's also annoying and like it's like a douchey character as well, like the uncle. But anyway, so she, so and, like I'm just reading this from the recap from Collider, but like she easily figures out it was the ill. Like she realized that it was behind the track and trusting her. Toyon. The girl that Pace is the one that's like the good one from the town. And so she realized that this is not like they were tracking the prince, and so this is where we realize she's trusting them as like allies, because we'll see later on that she will probably join Daryl towards the journey. So who's behind the track, trusting her. Antonio and Carol give her the truth, so they give her the truth, and then she goes off and find Daryl and the journey. So let me stop there. What do you thought about the opening here? I thought it was a good opening. Like it got us to where we need to know, like what happened to Roberto and that flashback and all that, right?
Well, we already talked about the opening, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. So and besides that, I mean, pretty good. I guess we'll stop when I recap this stage. But maybe we'll go for 3 hours. How about that? I can do that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I dug that section of the episode that you were just talking about. You know, that a lot really interesting or exciting really happened during that part. You know.
Yeah. It was pretty much catching up what happened like towards the end of the last week's episode. Okay, so then we get into the good part here. Like Daryl rides his motorcycle through the Spanish desert when he comes across an old man begging for water. This was creepy. We were talking about how horror this show was. I really like that we getting some horror here. So this guy is like begging for water. His eyes are literally are cut out. I don't know how it happened. It's creepy. He's walking in the desert. Daryl like sees the man. He offers him like the water, but he snatches back because the guy tries to like downpour the water, which is creepy. And then like randomly he starts laughing, which was like even more creepy. He was like and I was like, oh, okay, this I think you should leave Daryl. Like, don't give him even more water. So yeah, he overhears after that overhear the bus circle, the man laughs how they come for him, and then Daryl will be next. Apparently, I think his eyes got taken by the people that did the train stuff and the raiders. So that's enough reason for Disney to get the heck out of there. Pretty cool. Then not long after he comes across the true train cars being pulled by walkers. This was a cool moment. I was like, I thought that was people that was like pulling the train, but then when you cut to the guy with the guitar, by the way, it was really cool to see like a cowboy sitting with a guitar and the horse, and then like the walkers are behind him pulling the train. Really cool. So he sees that. This not long after he comes across to that, in the one car, the man lies in a bathtub with a woman. Didn't expect that. That was really cool. A very sexy moment. Kind of wish we saw a little bit of the parts, but whatever. That was we're trying to be PG, I guess, in this show. And then one of his men came up and told him about Daryl, and he wants to buy a motorcycle for some reason. I don't know why. So probably gas or something like that. So after that, he decides he wants to bike for himself. So the gang of bikers takes off, and then Daryl across the sandy roads like tries to invade him. This is where we get the very obviously the spaghetti western feel, because the guy the main biker really hates Daryl because he gets shot by him, and then they do the the face ups spaghetti western. His bike gets cut off by the oil because it got shot, and then Daryl is somehow he survived, but he leaves his bike, and the bikers take it, and then we see Daryl walking to the desert, desperate to get some water and all that, and then just wrapping up. This is where he he thinks he sees a walker who will be next, but then he gets a showdown by a group of people who mean no harm to him. They speak Spanish. And then we cut to black. So what do you thought about that section of him finding the train, getting into the bikers, and then meeting up the I call them the mutant these hill high these mutant people.
I didn't even realize that he noticed the train until the end of the episode. I didn't realize he saw the train in the beginning of the episode.
No, after he stopped, he saw it. I think he has a what do you call it, a telescope or.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that he saw it back then in the episode. Way back then, I thought he only saw it at the end when he attacked that guy. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, that was all really cool. Real good action. When those guys went after Daryl. And Daryl ended up losing his bike and being walking in the desert. You know what I'm saying? That's he's in a rough spot out there, with no water out there in the desert. And then luckily he bumps into the lepers. You know what I'm saying?
Lepers. Yeah. Have you seen this movie, The Hills Have Eyes? They remind me of that. Yeah. I was calling them that. And then I don't know, when you seen The Fly, it reminded me of that, Brendel Fly. I was like, what the hell is he?
I get where you're going with that.
Yeah. But no, you're right. The behind the scenes confirmed that they had the, what do you call it, the epilepsy disease.
Lepers. Yeah, they're lepers. Yeah.
They're lepers.
You almost could think people think that they're the dead, but they're not. They're lepers.
No, and I kind of like that they brought them here because they're I like how one of the producers say they're between the living and dead, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I like
so they're basically the real outcast, even real worse outcasts than they already are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. which is crazy. And yeah, and I was surprised that we see them here, and they're nice people. You know,
Yeah. Oh yeah, they share what they have and everything. You know.
yeah, it was funny. It's funny to
They
see Daryl speaking
they
Spanish.
they speak Spanish, and then they have that one black chick that shows up that can speak English. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So like, yeah, but then like after Daryl like meets the town, right? Like he gets like a couple of drinks. He meets this like leader, I guess, with the group. You know, she explains that we cannot spend our water to him, and so you know he starts getting involved with these people, and then the ladies say um like at this point that the community is made with lepers with nowhere else to go, as the ladies say. That's called Emmy. That's her name. It's not like them because she stays with them because they can't infect her. Apparently, that was interesting. She say that to Daryl. Like they cannot be affected by. She cannot affected by her. Like her, which is weird. But yeah, this is The Walking Dead. So universe. So because there's other diseases besides that, you know, like Walker's disease and stuff like that, but whatever. So Daryl is offered their truck if he helps them get their water back in return, because the train like raiders slash biker people have their, I guess, water system or something like that.
Yeah. They control all the water.
Yeah, so they have that, and so uh, they desperately need his help, or they will die in days, as the main black chick of the leader of this group say to Daryl. Daryl say to her, "Let me think about it." And so so the group lets Daryl sleep on it as he lays down. The little girl named Rosa watches him before running off when spotted. In the morning, as you know, Daryl decides to help the community leper in their broken conversation. He instructs the people to fight back against their aggressors. I was surprised he was able to convey that to them, but that's cool. So we get this cool montage of them like building the trap, which is nice. He explained the bullets. He only has like 4 bullets to use, so he does the like Deadpool thing where like let me make it count, which is cool. Then he thankfully the little girl goes up to Daryl. He gives him a little water bottle with the cartoon hippo. This is why I like this episode. I like the payoff of this little bottle she has. Like that was hers, and then he gives it back to her towards the end of the episode. That was a good payoff and setup. So you know, as a side drink, because you know Daryl gets exhausted. You know, and then after that, Daryl gets into the truck, and then the main leper that we like the first one that Daryl encounters is called Meto. He's confident that he will be back with their while the black chick believes that he will lead them to death. Really, chick? Like you're gonna be that like kind of person? Anyway, yeah. So that scene was cool. I don't know what else you want to say about that, but
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of was just it's just kind of just building the story up, you know, like kind of getting you ready for the action, you know.
yeah, exactly. Really good action. I won't get into it, which is great. The highlight of this episode. So one while later, the 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 Bendos, known as the Buzzers, this bikers they're called. They arrive in the town because they saw Daryl in the truck. So this is where we get the great action scene where you know the villagers are ready to fight back to death. Some of the bikers are tripped up with a rope, get stabbed. Really cool
Yeah.
moment.
Oh yeah, that one spearing that one
Yes,
chick did to
she
that guy
did.
was brutal.
Yeah, that was brutal. And then you know after that, while the others are getting shot by Daryl, you know, and then we got the one little girl Rosa counting down the bullets, and we
Yeah.
get to like 3 bullets. But that was a cool moment. That was great, especially the first shot. Well, because the one lepers told this one character to go over here, the biker.
They're all headshots.
Headshots.
I don't know if you noticed, but Daryl was pulling off a lot of headshots in this
Headshots.
episode.
Yeah, that was cool. I love that. Except for the last spiker person. Like he did
Yeah,
shock him. Was it the arm or something
through
like
the
that?
arm. Yeah, through the arm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
was.
yeah, because he was moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so. But that was Yeah, because you're right. Because his three shots were the head with those other barkers, right? And then this guy was like the arm. Really?
It was because all the other ones were stationary, and you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Like it was set up like early, and then yeah, because the other guy was like behind with his other friends,
Yeah,
right?
the guy that he shot in the arm was moving when he got shot. He was on his bike moving.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and he just stopped towards like the door.
That's a
Like,
tough
yeah, yeah,
shot.
yeah.
That's a tough shot. You know.
Yeah, that's true. No, that was a tough shot. But anyway, I mean, it doesn't matter because we get another cool moment where, right, that like the
Oh yeah,
last,
where they square off with those weapons. It's fucking
yeah,
awesome.
the weapons. Yeah, this moment I was like, what the hell? You see him take this like Thor hammer, like whatever axe, which was so cool. I was like, what?
It was a double-sided axe.
Yes, double sided axe, which was so cool. And then Daryl brought up the blade thing that he got from the talent in episode 2,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I was like, oh my god, he actually brought that. That was so nice. And then you saw
It, it's almost like a Japanese weapon.
yeah,
What Daryl
Japanese
has.
weapon. Yeah, and you're right. It was like an emanate thing, like from either the Nitro or like Attack of the
He,
Titan.
he said what it's called in the after show part or whatever. You know, he
Yeah,
talked about it and he named it. He said what that sword was called, but I can't remember now.
yeah, it was hard to pronounce it. What was the name of the weapon? Let me find it. Uh, Dixon has in season. Yeah, so like he has the cool weapon. Let me see. If they gonna help me find it. Crossbow, no. Anyway, it was a big weapon he has. That's really cool. And so you see them like facing out like the skinny western, and like he run like so like he charges on his bike with the axe before he charges his bike with that. But Daryl instantly kills him with his own blade, which is kind of cool. With slow motion, where we saw him cutting the neck, we see the blood flowing off, which was really nice. So yeah, so after that, he goes back to the train cars as the leader speaks to his pet iguana. You know, like he just like so like in face with the iguana instead of the chick he has in the train. Here, Daryl waits above them in the bridge before jumping onto it. He strikes down every like soldier on his path, and then the was it the tar guy in the horse gets killed by the walkers, which is really cool. After he like gets killed by them while seeing, which was really nice. And then he separates the walkers from their restraints. As he did, he leads them to a quickly ripping apart the sneaky man and the horse, who had been leading the way. The leader of the buzzers with his car stopped, with the undead like clawing at the windows. He gets like a assault rifle, which was kind of crazy. He has like an assault rifle. That's like amazing, like powerful gun. Um, so he starts shooting through the walls as his woman runs away. We don't see her again. Like she's gonna be dead like in a couple days. I don't know how she's gonna survive there. So Daryl smashes through the window. He hides from the bullets, right? But these two have bigger problems because the zombies or the walkers go into the train, and then we get this cool like one-on-one battle, like knives to like cut the walkers through their heads. Was really nice. And then they brutally, well, let's see, they take a breath before resuming their. By the way, this is a fun moment. They took the breath before they start their fight again, and then Daryl attacks, holding the man under the water of his bathtub and drowning him, and then doing the final fail attack, shooting him with a gun, which is neat. And then and then after that, with the buzzers defeat, the leapers gather around the train car and gather the water in cups, and Metal shakes Daryl's hand and thanks him. But as Dixon walks back to the bike, right, the little girl Rosa runs after him and gives him her cartoon hippo cup to keep. Very cute moment. I actually like that. So that was really cool to pay off that. And then he kind of rides up as Lolo walks into the desert as a free iguana. That's the iguana we saw, the douchey villain for this episode. So really good wrap up. And then anything to say about the battle, the train, all that. I thought that was a really good, action piece.
Oh
Seeing the
yeah,
walkers.
oh yeah. The whole train deal is awesome.
Yeah. As we were bringing before the behind the scenes, it was really cool how they shot it. Like they were shooting a lot of camera angles with.
The way that Daryl just attacks the train and takes apart everybody, like the whole crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then he goes in there and gets the guy at the end. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And they fight.
yeah. It was pretty cool. Like the guy was in his robe or something like that. He shot his shotgun and all that.
And they kind of take a break for a minute, like mid fight.
Mid fight, yeah, that was funny. Oh my god, I was like, oh my god, and then like Daryl like tackles him and then put him in the bathtub and then choke him to death there in the water.
He chokes him to death. Then he takes a shotgun and shoots him with a fucking shotgun.
I know. That was cool.
Dude, there's a website that you can go on that I'm looking at right now, right? A wiki that has every single weapon that was in episode 4 in the big battle.
Okay.
It has them all. It shows all of them. It has them all listed.
Okay.
Every single weapon, and it shows the weapon like in its own little space and everything.
Oh, really?
It has them all identified. It's imfdb.org wiki The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon season 3.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see. I can you send a link? Let me because I can probably find that like
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, so let me check that because I definitely want because we cannot leave the name of that blade because that blade is really cool because the producers say the name of
all you're gonna see on there is episode 4. They have all the guns that are in that battle.
Oh yeah, okay.
Apparently there was a lot of different guns in that battle.
Oh yeah, I mean, gun like what was it? Daryl had like the minigun, right? Like that was cool.
Yeah, he did at one point. He had the minigun. Yep.
Yeah, and then
he had an Uzi. That's rare too. You don't see Uzis very much in the post-apocalypse universe. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty rare to ever see anybody with an Uzi.
No, I mean, I'm surprised they even have one.
We rarely ever. It's out of all the weapons that we usually have seen throughout The Walking Dead. You never really see a lot of Uzis.
Yeah, I mean, because usually that's like in the 1920s, right?
They're not very. No, they're not just for the 1920s, but they're not very effective weapons for like killing zombies.
Yeah. So what Daryl was using, the one we're talking about, is called the Urban EMP. So that's the one he uses. In the episode 4. That's a cool weapon. And then let me find that other one. There's one that Daryl uses throughout the series called the Katad El Targra. That's like somewhat a similar shotgun, but like he has to reload it differently. My bad. And then some of the other folks use M14, which we see with a couple of the characters, like the guy, the second command.
I went down the whole list.
Yeah. Let me see if they can show you. What the other weapon I'm thinking that was cool that the mayor used.
That's cool. That's cool that they have all that, right?
Yeah. This is what do you call it? The Wikipedia what do you call it? Firearm wiki where like it just tells you every detailed weapons that the movie has or TV listed is really cool. I'm surprised you actually find this. This is really nice. The Gatling gun. That's the one the weapon that the mayor uses.
Yeah, the Gatling gun. Yep.
That one was cool. That was
that was an old school one. That was an old school Gatling gun from back in the day.
Yeah.
The ones that used to have to crank.
Yeah, crank. Yeah. I don't care. Like, it's a cool gun. I always like that when I see
they shoot big bullets. The bullets that those guns that those things shoot are big. Like, you know big, what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're very big. What else? They don't tell you about this the other one that I know that weapon was in universe, but anyway.
They show a lot of different rifles.
Yeah, a couple rifles.
Hey, what's up, Jeff Bowman? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
Hello.
You never met Jeff before.
No, this is the second time I see Jeff in the comments. So it's like my second time seeing him.
Yeah, Jeff's a good guy. He's he's a comic book guy. He's done a bunch of shows before on here.
Okay. I'm trying to remember if Jeff. I don't think he had.
No. Jeff stopped coming on before you came on.
Okay. Well, good to see you, Jeff. Bowman. Not to confuse of this Jeff I have.
we used to always have two Jeffs on at the same time when he would come on.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's a lot of Jeffs.
Yep, a lot of Jeffs. Okay, and just wrapping up this episode. Just let me double check here. Yeah. Okay.
I love how the train the main boss guy feeds his iguana with eyeballs.
Yes, that is so funny. It's so gross. I'm like, how like. I mean, it makes sense. They're food.
And you know that girl on the train got eaten up by those walkers too when she ran out there.
Yeah. There's no way she survived because those walkers were easily eat her.
And those are some old walkers too. Those are like some old walkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They look old.
Yeah, they look very old. Oh, hey, Walking Dead Eternal, how you doing? What Carol say to one of the women that you're one horny? Yes, that was the one funny one.
He was like, you're one horny bitch.
Bitch. That was a funny line of episode. I actually like that she talked again with the old lady. She was funny.
Yeah, the old lady is funny.
Yeah, no, thank you for reminding me of that joke. That was so funny.
Because she noticed the sparks between Roberto's dad and Carol.
Carol, yeah, which I like. I'm happy that Carol has a flame in this season, which is cool.
But Carol already asked him about going on the boat with us with them, and he didn't even respond.
Yeah, he didn't respond. Yeah, because Carol tells her right that me and Daryl are gonna leave America because I think she say you could come with us. She offered her, right? And he didn't answer, right?
Yeah, he didn't say anything.
Yeah,
he just moved right on the conversation.
Yeah, what do you think, Jeff? You think that he will go with them towards the end of the season? What do you think?
It would be the smartest thing for him to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think his son's gonna live.
No, I don't know.
He's gonna end up getting poisoned. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. You know what I mean? The mayor's gonna have Mama poison him or some shit. You know what I mean? You know? Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah, I like the boy, but it's no.
The mayor's pissed off, and he don't like Roberto.
Oh no, we see that.
Roberto causes problems for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
And he doesn't need that shit.
No, apparently he doesn't want to rise up and take rebellion against this prince or whatever. Yeah,
I mean he was probably involved in some way, in Roberto getting beat up.
That's true. I could have been surprised if he's one of his right hand man henchman did beat him up, right?
Because he lied about the necklace. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's true. Because he probably had right. Because the mom.
Because he damn well knows where the necklace came from.
Yeah. That was funny. Yeah.
So he had inside knowledge on the whole thing.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, because towards the end of this episode, wrapping up this episode, right? As the episode ends, right? The uncle's mother brings the necklace, right? And Roberto was keeping from Justine to her son. She was curious how Roberto had it, but especially since he wasn't wearing it when he left. So I guess he didn't wear the necklace when he left to rescue her. But when she leaves, the uncle sends the guard to look for the Americans to bring them back to him, which is bad news. And as Roberto Basai, Antonio prays for his son as Carol holds his hand, presenting the romantic feeling. And meanwhile, Daryl blazes a trail to back to them on his motorcycle. And then I think that was where he meets up with the chick. Oh, no, that was in the preview. Sorry. I always see the preview for the next episode. And
that was the end.
Yeah, that was the end. So that was the end of the episode. And I mean, I kind of expected the uncle would do something to find out the migrants and all that.
Yeah, he wanted to know where Daryl's at and everything, and
Yeah,
so,
that was
so
nice.
now that guy's going to be sent over there to go check the boat and see if Daryl's there. Daryl's not going to be there, so that's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, I hopefully the old lady is there and like she could probably kill him. Hopefully, but we'll see.
You never
But then,
know, Mom. Yeah, Mama might turn around and fucking and like do something. You never know.
true. Yeah. I agree.
Because she knows that the mayor is dirty.
Yeah. I mean, she knows. Well, yeah, she knows that they're dirty and like she doesn't agree with.
But
this.
she doesn't want. But she don't want to get killed either.
True. Yeah. I'm surprised. We'll see next week. Okay, let me get into the pros and cons that this recap brought up. Yeah. So positives, they say the Walker attack on the train creates a few fun scenes. Yeah, I agree. Then second and last positive, they say Carol's quiet romance with Antonio adds more layers to her character. I agreed. I like this new addition. I mean, she like last time we did like a love interest for her was a sequel in the original series. He got cancer apparently in that show, which is neat, interesting. But which negatives? They say or the cons. The series needs to stop separating Daryl and Carol. We agreed. I think this was necessary with the story. I don't think it was a good idea to bring Carol in this episode, so I think it was good to separate them. So it was fine for this episode. The Roberto and Justine subplot isn't exciting enough to carry the Carabelle. I mean, that's just something. I mean, I don't know, like whatever.
I'm really not that invested in their relationship and everything. Like
yeah.
I really just want to see Daryl and Carol safely getting on the boat, and like heading back to America.
Yeah.
Why do they want to go to Ohio? Since when is Ohio where they live?
I think the Commonwealth
isn't the Commonwealth and Alexandria and all that in Virginia?
Yeah, I think. Let me check. I think Commonwealth is in Ohio, where they're leaving now. But let me check because
I don't remember them being in Ohio on the show.
Where is
they never got that far up north? The group, like Alexandria, is not in Ohio.
No. So the recaps. This weekend, I've been watching the Walking Dead stuff, and they left during season 9 after Rick went missing. They went up north, or like they left, or like half the crew left to this other section, and the Commonwealth now like being controlled by our main characters, is up in what was the town? Idaho. That's where the Commonwealth is. Where Alessandro is in Virginia. So no. So what Carol's saying is right.
I just don't remember them. I mean, I wasn't watching there at the end, but I don't remember them ever like getting that far up north, all the way up to Ohio. Like that's pretty far up.
Yeah, well, I'm a little fuzzy because I haven't gone deep to the new seasons, but like season 11.
I'm just trying to think of what reason there would have been for them to go that far. Do you know how far it is to go from Virginia to Ohio by foot?
Yeah, because when Maggie comes back, she has some connection. Some person is connected to the Commonwealth, and then they have some plane or like helicopter to like transfer, and they have vehicles to like go like faster. Like if I remember.
What?
Correctly.
The only helicopters are the helicopters from what's her name?
Was it
Jadis?
Jadis, whatever.
Yeah. Those are the only helicopters.
Yeah. Please, comments. Please help us about this because I'm a little fuzzy too. As Jeff, I don't know the details, but yeah, it is a little far. I don't know why. I don't know why they're up there either. But yeah, so that's where our main characters are out now. Like since the last season of Walking Dead, is the Commonwealth because they took over from the bad guys. They were facing.
So somehow they're in Ohio now.
Yeah, and let me check because. Oh yes, because apparently there's train lines between Virginia and Idaho, so apparently they were using trains or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently it's like a 7-hour drive to get there, and a week's walk with stops, apparently.
Okay.
So that's why. So it's not that far from what there are.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. That's not that far.
Yeah. So that's what I check right now here. So, but yeah. So ratings. I would rate this one.
Oh, this is a 10 out of 10, sir.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Whatever. This was a great episode. I love it. It was definitely second best after last week's episode. So far, I've been enjoying this season more than last season. So.
Oh yeah, this is a much better season than season 2.
Yeah, and weirdly they have good long hours episodes, which is crazy.
Yeah, this was a nice long one. Yep, episode 5 was over an hour long.
Yeah, hour long. So I was kind of surprised they did it, but I'm happy because there was a lot to do.
Yeah, we still have 2 more episodes left.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, like even last season there was a couple like long hours they had last season. So,
they had some long shows. They had some long episodes last season too.
Yeah,
but they've stayed long this season. Like all the episodes have been long,
which is good.
Unlike Peacemaker, you know what I'm saying? Like how you know, I don't know how these Peacemaker fans that think Peacemaker's so great. I'm like, how can you even have a really good episode of a Peacemaker in 30 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm sorry, but like, you know, these last couple episodes have not been very good.
No, what was it last week? Right, episode 7. That was like my least favorite of the Peacemaker like episodes. Like I didn't like it. Like it was decent, but it was like
I know you should see these DC fans on Threads. They think that was like, you know, the peak episode of the season and all this shit. You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing really happened.
Yeah, like they were done with Earth 2, right? And then they came back to Earth 1, their dimension, right? And then
and Peacemaker got arrested, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And like
nothing happened.
Yeah, and like, and I say before, you're getting up to your finale. Like you need to set up something in your finale, and I don't know what they're doing.
It didn't feel like they really did a good job of setting up the finale.
Yeah, like I mean, I saw the preview. Like they're gonna open doors to these other dimensions. What's like okay? I don't know. We'll see.
I didn't see the preview, so I don't know about any of that.
Yeah, I agree. Focus is on vigilante. Okay. I guess so. I
don't think that's a good opinion, Jeff. But I don't think that we were talking about vigilante specifically. But vigilante is great.
Yeah, I are you saying like can you like
he was good in episode 7, vigilante was.
Yeah, he was great. I wish we focused more on him this season, but like he's barely used.
But there wasn't enough. Yeah, Peacemaker season 1 was better.
Yeah, we agreed. Like me and Jeff, we
agree 100%. Peacemaker season 1 was a better season of Peacemaker.
Yeah, I gotta say
the episodes were longer.
Yes, they were like 45 minutes or like an hour long. Like
yeah,
I don't get what's going on with the season. I mean,
all these short episodes are not helping the show.
Yeah, like from
there's just not enough screen time for all the different characters that make up Peacemaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, Peacemaker's like an ensemble, you know, cast kind of, you know, show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like so, like why you're making your episode shorts? Like, you know, episode 3 was like, yeah, like the last long one, right?
And that was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. And then all of a sudden, from episode 4 to 7, it was like been just short, and
like 30 minutes every time. Yeah,
every time, and it's like you're not telling a story.
Episode 7, when you take away the intro and the credits, it was less than 30 minutes long.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think they even do behind the scenes stuff either. Like, I mean, I know they have a podcast, but like,
I don't think they do either. No, and I've never listened to the podcast.
Yeah, no. I got too many podcasts to listen to.
I listen to the Andor podcast.
Oh, they have one?
Huh. Yeah. Every show has a podcast.
Oh, yeah, now they have it.
Yeah, Jeff, of course it feels rushed because all they have is 30 minutes to work with these last couple episodes, so it is rushed.
Yeah. Yeah, last week was
See,
very rushed.
see, Jeff knows this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I'm trying to explain it to these DC fans on threads. Like, bro, episode 6 was not peak Peacemaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
No.
like John Cena's not going to win an Emmy or whatever for Peacemaker. You know, like I'm sorry, but like I don't even think James Gunn made Peacemaker to be an Emmy nominated kind of show. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that was his goal. You know what I'm saying?
No. I don't think so.
It's a fun little show, you know, but that's it. It's not, you know, award winning or anything like that, or one of the best TV shows out there, you know, this year or something. It's a decent show.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's a very enjoyable show. Has a lot of great comedy moments, but yeah, it's you know, there's some here and there action, but yeah, it's not as good as the first season.
No, most definitely. But that happens, though. You know, look at House of the Dragon, right? House of the Dragon season 1 is better than season 2, too.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
The acting in the House of the Dragon season 1 is outstanding.
Yeah, no, I agree. Good acting in House of the Dragon.
That
that
Adcock girl that's playing Supergirl was awesome in House of the Dragon. She was great.
Yeah, in season 1. Yeah.
And then you know, then the girl that still plays Rhaenyra now, you know what I mean? That played the older version of Rhaenyra. She's really good. She's talented.
Yeah, Olivia Cook, who plays what is that, Allison? She's great too.
Yeah, she's really good. Yep.
Yeah, I love her. And the young one that played
Allison. I think the girl who plays Rhaenyra got nominated for an Emmy. For the first season.
Yeah, she did. I think. Yeah.
I don't think she won. Or she may have won.
Maybe. Hold on. Let me check that. But yeah, I don't know. Like since episode 4,
I forget her name. That actress.
Millie Icott, the young one or the older one?
The older one, the chick that plays Rhaenyra now.
Emma D'Arcy. That's her name.
Oh, Emma Darcy. Yeah.
Let me check here. Yeah, but since episode 4, because episode 4 is like 39 minutes. I mean, minus, as you were saying for Jeff, the credits and all that, you know, all that crap. Yeah, it's been short. It's been rushed. I don't know why, but I mean, again, I think Gunn is doing too much. Unfortunately, I think he needs to scale back and focus on other things.
Well, I mean, you don't really need to scale back. I mean, there's not another project coming out until Lanterns. You know what I'm saying? You know,
which he's not writing; he's just producing it, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, and then after that, it's going to be Supergirl.
Yeah, and then after that, I know it's just not connected. We got Clayface.
And so somewhere in there, Clayface is going to come out. But I mean, how well will that even do at the box office?
I think it's going to do well because right now the horror films have been doing very well, and the fact that this is going to be a low budget horror film, it's going to definitely make its money back. Like if you know the history of horror movies, they are so good at getting their money back. Like this year, 2 of the biggest, or like 3 of the biggest horror blockbusters were horror movies, like Sinners, Weapons, and Final Destination.
We'll see what happens. I'm sure the DC fans on Threads will say it's a 10 out of 10 no matter what. Anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I don't know if it's going to be a 10 out of 10, but I'm excited for it. I mean, of course, it's Clayface. I'm a Batman fan. I like that character, and I'm happy.
I'm telling you, these DC fans on Threads are like really sensitive about Superman. Like, if you say anything bad about Superman at all, you know what I mean, or like say it's just okay movie or whatever, they come at you and like attack you.
Oh my god! Look,
they think it's like they think it was like a life-changing movie, bro. Some of them.
I'm sorry, it's not. It's a good movie. It's nothing.
Some of these dudes are saying that they watch it like every day.
Really?
Yes.
I cannot watch that movie all the time. It's just too much. I like the movie, but it's not the best movie this year.
So they don't want to hear any opinions that don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't seen Fantastic Four. I'm sorry, I don't want to change up DC.
I'll watch it by now. I might as well just wait until it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I'll tell you when it's going to come out, Disney Plus. I thought Fantastic Four First Death was actually a really great film. It's definitely better than Superman.
I'll watch it when it comes out on Disney Plus.
Yeah. No, I understand.
It'll be out of theaters soon.
Yeah, it'll be I think it's been out already, but yeah, it's a great film. I mean, it's not like the 10 out of 10 movie, but like it's a really good film. I thought it was.
I know
Yeah,
you said that. I know.
yeah. I just want you to like get ready if you had a chance to see the movie. Let me check when it's gonna release to Disney Plus, but yeah,
I saw the teaser trailer for Mando and Grogu. It looks terrible.
oh yeah, I was gonna say that for our
It looks
next
like
live.
it looks like it looks like it's made for little kids.
I know, right?
I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, it was so boring. It was like
I
the
don't.
most boring
I
trailer.
don't. I don't think I'm going to see that in theaters.
Yeah, I'm not like. Oh, hey Jeff. I like Superman, but mainly because it wasn't seriously. But all-time best, no Christopher will always be my bar for Superman. Yeah, I agree, Jeff. Yeah, I like Superman, but mainly because I agree with your points, sir. Like, yeah, I liked it because it was not as serious as super serious like Man of Steel, but like, yeah, still the best Superman is still Christopher Reeve. The 78 film, I know it's a little dated, but it's still the best Superman movie. I don't think this new one like top.
Lanterns would be really good.
Yeah, Lanterns is going to be great. I'm excited for that one. That has a good creative team. What was I going to say? The Manuel trailer.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't know who's responsible for like producing and everything, and writing the show and all that kind of stuff, and doing all the directing and all that. We'll see when we get there. But I know who's in the cast.
Yeah, the casting is really great. I mean, like Kyle Chandler is going to be Hal Jordan.
They're gonna have three different Green Green Lanterns, right?
Yes. Hal, John, and Guy who we saw.
Guy's gonna be on it too.
Yeah, I'm excited for Jon Stewart because he's my favorite like Green Lantern, and like I'm happy we're getting like a live action version of him.
Yeah, most definitely. He's my favorite Green Lantern. I like what's his name? The original Green Lantern.
Hal
Jordan. Yeah, that's my favorite Green Lantern.
Yeah, he's good. I don't really have problem. Because I grew up with the DCAU version of their Green Lantern. That was Jon Stewart. Like he was always my favorite when I grew up.
I'm aware of him.
Yeah. So I just checked. So Lanterns is directed by Chris Mundy, and then Damien Lindelof, who did Lost and The Leftovers, and then Tom King is gonna be involved, which is cool. And that's coming out early 2026, which is cool. So
that's awesome. I can't wait to cover it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't we? What do you think? You want to cut it for tonight?
Yeah. The Grogu trailer. Let me wrap that up. Yeah, I saw the trailer. It was boring. I'm not gonna see either if it has good reviews, but I don't know. That was such a bad trailer. I'm excited for that other Star Wars movie, Starfighter.
Oh, Starfighter or whatever with Robert Reynolds. Yeah. That could be good. That could be good.
Yeah, I'm way more excited for that than this movie. So that's gonna be a bomb.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah, the trailer, like the poster, like I get they're trying to like do Indiana Jones style, but like that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Yeah, I'm done. We can get out of here now.
All right, folks. We hope you enjoyed our show tonight. We will see you next time for Marvel Zombies on Wednesday night. Peace.